hello page.jsp. I'll do that in a minute, but this is a JSP file. But prefix will define the location of that JSP file, okay, and suffix is going to define the extension of that JSP of that file. So since it's JSP, we'll do .jsp. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so let me just go ahead and create my JSPs inside web content. You can create a new like folder called JSP and put all your JSPs inside, like how we do so far, like how we've been doing so far. You can do that. So when you slash, so slash is nothing but web content, right? So if you have JSP, you just do JSP slash. It's easy. Okay, so slash, and your extension is going to be .jsp. Okay, so this is how it's going to work. So when you run this thing, this is going to call first your, okay, let me just go ahead and do this just to be sure. Okay, so your, okay, this is how it's going to work. Okay, so your context root, okay, which in our, which is, okay, let me just go ahead and write on my own context root. So which in our case is, so spring, so this is my context root, right, slash your prefix JSP slash your file name hello page dot JSP. Okay, and you always have localhost and all those over here, but this is how it's going to load. See, so if my file is inside web content, it's going to be this. Okay, if my file name was hello page.html, this has to be HTML, and this is going to be HTML. Okay, I'm just explaining how it works. Okay, we're gonna need this. So next, oh, I forgot to change something over here. Okay, this I should have told this one at the beginning, but so since we are using a URL pattern, we should provide a URL pattern, right? I mean, we're never gonna call like hello world on a URL. So instead of ID, we provide name. Okay, so this is our URL pattern, and don't worry guys, this can be anything. So I'll just do welcome.stm. Okay, why am I doing something.stm? Because I want my clients to type .stm, or in other words, I'm just gonna tell them, okay, I'm using .stm, or I'm just not gonna tell what I'm using. Okay, so if you have something else over here, this should match it with in here. Okay, this is a URL pattern, so this URL pattern will going to take anything .stm. Okay, if you do HTML, it's not going to read that. Okay, so anything .stml. Okay, now everything looks fine, and this is from the previous example, but I'm passing this message using a set injection here, and I am getting the value this message using a set injection, and I'm passing this value as a key, like to a key, right? So now we need to create JSP pages. Okay, so for JSP, we will just go ahead and create new JSP file. I'll just name this as index.jsp. So this is like your log, like your form, right? So I'll just create a anchor here. Okay, so what are you going to write here? So your this has to be your URL pattern. So what's my URL pattern? It's nothing but welcome.stm, right? So maybe what I could do is oh, you guys can try it, okay? So I'm just clicking making a what's a link here, but you can create a form whose action is the URL pattern, and you can like submit the values and like do something with those values, because all those values are going to be, you can get those using request, and you can like try all those. Okay, so this has to be .stm. Okay, so this is a display page, right? So let me go ahead and show you what I've done so far. It's nothing but a display page. Okay, it's nothing in here, so click here. Class not found. Okay, this is important because no one's gonna teach, like no one's gonna say how to fix this. This is kind of hard, and I don't know why they never tell you, but here we are using a dispatcher servlet, right? But it says class not found. Oh, that's weird, because if you had something like this, oh, that, well, I thought like it would show an error, but anyway, so this is the one you should be using, but it says class not found. Okay, do we have all the jars? Yes, we do. We have all the jars, but still this is not finding the class. So what you have to do is, if you get something like this, remember, if it says dispatcher servlet not found, go to your tutorial. So go to your folder or your project folder. Go to properties. Here, inside deployment assembly, we need to add a Java build path entries. Next, and we will be adding our library. Okay, this, we have never done this so far, but you need to do this for Springs. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but once you do this, let me go ahead and restart this server. It's already restarted, but I'll just show you. We shouldn't be getting that error again. So see, nothing, no error here, but we still need to fix this thing because we haven't created our Jsp page, right? So let me go ahead and create that. We're new Jsp File, hello page.jsp, and remember guys, this hello page.jsp, hello page should match with this one. This is our view page, and .jsp should match with your suffix. Okay, so here you can do anything. So I'll just do message is just write a tag message. Okay, let me try this once again. Okay, click here. Okay, no mapping for okay, let me figure this one out. Oh, the problem was the key for the message was key. To define here key. So this is the key, and so that was the only problem. If you I'm not sure if this happens again, but if you are still having some problem with the mapping, what you can do is go to build path, configure build path, and add class folder. Go to your Spring Tutorial project and add the web content. Okay, add the whole web content folder like this, and just click OK and run it. This is only if you are still having a problem, but I think that's going to be a problem. And don't worry about this deployed resources. You won't have I don't know, you might have this one, but this is pretty much what I was about to tell you. And I think that's it. So this is Spring MVC. Okay, I know this is hard, this is confusing, but I am going to walk through this once again. Okay, very first time, the first thing, we will make a request. So enter, oh, not enter, here. So we'll call, basically we will call index.jsp. Okay, that's our regular file, right? So that's nothing but this one. Then we have a link. When we click on this one, so when we click on this one, see, the URL pattern got changed, right? So what's happening here is, then this will first go to web XML file. Then since it matches what was that one? Welcome.stm. So it matches with the URL pattern. It will call this servlet. Okay, and internally this is going to load your Spring Servlet XML. So now you are here. Okay, now this servlet gets the entry of handler mapping from the XML file, the web XML file, and it forwards the request to our controller. Okay, what do you mean by that? Okay, don't worry about this for now because we don't need this for now. So this is our URL right? So this is, so it's going to be mapped, and if you map it, I mean, if you find a mapping for our URL, then it's going to call this controller. And since we already did set injection, so we are going to pass some messages, like some value for our field. Okay, so this is going to call this controller. So when inside the controller we have a method, overridden method, and this is going to return a model and view object which has view. This is like first parameter represents view. This is a model parameter, and this is a model object. Okay, so view is nothing but your JSP page, right? This is your key, just a model parameter, and this is what you want. This contains your information. Okay, then once you return this, now your request is inside Spring Servlet XML again, and it goes to your view resolver. Okay, so now this is going to take your model and view object, and it's going to display. But how? First, it defines the location of our Jsp file. What Jsp file? Our hello page.jsp, right? Since even if we don't mention it, it knows, okay, this has to be hello world file. Okay, where can I find this file? In my case, it's inside web content. Is it? Yeah, web content. And what's the extension for this file? This has to be inside. This has to be .jsp. Okay, is there .jsp? Yes, I have a file. Okay, so once it finds the matching file, then it's going to load this page, internally load this page, and this page should show some information. So in my case, I'm just printing the key, the value of the key, right, which is nothing but hello world. Now if you take a look at this, name of our JSP file is hello page.jsp, but if you take a look at my URL pattern, it never got changed. this is still welcome.htm. Okay, as I told you, I can write anything instead of htm. It can be, I don't know, abc, right? But do you know, as a client, do you know what technology am I using? No, I'm using JSP, right? But did you guys, like, if I'm just using this, okay, I'm using JSP over here. If I click, okay, it's telling me to click here, I'll click here, STM. There is no technology called STM. Okay, so the clients, they will never know what kind of technology we're using. It can be a JSP, JSF, HTML, we don't know. Okay, so this is pretty much about Spring MVC. I know it's already like 30 minutes, so but I hope this helps for you guys. Um, Keep studying and good luck. Thank you.